8:20. I was up. I was dressed. Had my weighted vest on. Was ready to go walk on my treadmill and do my chapter this morning. I go in there, minding my own business. On my treadmill, press start. It was still on. It was like, no, you gotta unplug it. Start it all over again. Boom. Cool. I'm going to go look at that outlet to figure out which one to pull. Y'all, it was a baby snake. My body locked up. Oh my gosh, it was a baby snake. I've never seen a baby snake. I've never seen a baby snake before in my life. I know I'm being dramatic, I know. But I don't do bugs. I don't do nothing. And then the devil is alive trying to be up in my garage. Oh, y'all. I was tired when I was going in there and I was like, you know what? This workout gonna help me wake up. That baby snake woke me up. Sure did. Oh my gosh. I grab my Jared. Call my husband. Get out here and get me. I'm pressed up at the garage door. Snake all the way over there. Pressed up. Come open the door so I can run out. Please. Because I don't know if he finna move, slither, try to get me. I don't know. My husband was cracking up, but it's not funny. He thought he was like, what is the problem? I'm like, get down here now. Get out here now. Now, run. He opened the door like, what's up? Snake, clock in. It's your time to get it. This is the husband's rise up, man of God. Come get this snake. He opened the door. I run out. Now he in there battling. He better go ahead. And stomp on the serpent's neck. Please, Lord Jesus, because I am now petrified to go out there by myself and to think. See, God is so good because I was not going to go out there. I was going to go out there later during the girls' nap time and he would have been at work. So I would have been out there scared by myself. I mean, God doesn't give me a spirit of fear, but y'all, that's something when it comes to the creepy crawlies and all that. I'm still working on that. This is how we're opening up the vlog. Hi. Welcome back. It's your girl Kaylin and we're back with another video and we're gonna resume, but I just had to tell you that story because I was scared. That woke me up, right up. I almost jumped out of my own skin. So now I'm going to just start making breakfast for my daughter and get my morning ready with my tea, and I will do a Grow with Joe workout during their nap time because I ain't going out there today. We'll try again, or when I go out there, it's gonna be with hubby, and I go to Orange Theory tomorrow. He out there banging and stuff, y'all. I hope he get it. It wasn't even like a big one. It wasn't. It was a little one, but he was like not wrapped up because he wasn't that big. He was spread out on our extension cord. So all you see is black things plugged in, and then you just see this little thing, and I saw a little head moving, and I said, don't move. Them cords should not be moving. And I looked a little closer and said, oh no, not today. Y'all never seen this side of me, so you're welcome, because that's a new side. But anyway, let me go make breakfast, and then we're gonna get into this life update, day in the life type vlog. That's just gonna be a day in the life, and I'm gonna give you all the life updates of everything that's been going on as long as I can with these little girls. But let me make them breakfast so that they don't wake up. Let's start their day off right, because my day got a little rocky, but let's start their day off.
You thought I was down for the count. You moved me through more rounds. Through every up, every down. I'm calling on my.
Nothing but the devil trying to not get me to work out. Sending these little minions. This chapter must be important. I ain't going back out there. No, I will not be foolish. Well, pray for me that nothing else comes out in this rainy weather, because I just don't have the time.
There are things in nature
That need to stay in the forest. They're not near the house.
that live
Outside.
in nature.
We cannot cohabitate.
Sometimes they
No.
want to be seen.
Nothing moving should be in this house unless it is a person.
But think
lives
about
here.
it. Think about it.
And
you've been fine.
Oh my goodness, now I'm aware. I didn't think anything could get in there. I didn't think anything could get in there. Silly me.
I went in there, I was like, the snake is not going to attack you.
You don't know what,
It's not, I
what
promise.
kind of morning he
It's
had.
not going to attack you. That's a guardian snake.
He can't
You
have
don't know what type of morning.
He could be having a rough morning. He is seeking.
No, but I would have prevented you from.
No slipping. You've been right there from beginning. The story been written. Got it from myself when that doubt tried to kick in. We came too far to be stagnant. Foot on demons' necks, letting them have it. We fall from average, cut from different fabric. The garment on my God fits snug, no dragging. I came from savage to 40-day fasting. The war is on your mind, but your mind is on your caption. Capture the minds of the fragile. Heartbreaks casual. Only if you knew who you was. Actual. What's it like wearing a crown when it ain't matching you? If you were king of the kingdom, you need it in your castle.
Alright, y'all, I just did a little 8-minute, I wanted to try this Grow with Joe dance workout. It was a Forrest Frank one, so I think it was 2 or 3 songs. 2 songs maybe, but I just did that. My watch did not even register it, so it's okay. It wasn't really like my full workout for the day, but I just wanted to do something. Especially, I just put the girls down for a nap, and I just need something to kind of like boost me and wake me up a little bit, so now I can do what it is that I need to do. So I'm just gonna go shower real quick, get myself together, so then I can kind of like clock in. All right, y'all, I am all dressed, showered. I feel good. I smell good. I smell like watermelon. And I'm ready to, let's catch up. It is 1 o'clock. Right now, I have literally maybe till 3:30. I put her down at 12:30, 12:10. I have maybe till 3 o'clock. I don't even know. Depends how long she'll sleep. Hopefully 3:30. Kennedy will sleep. Cam, I could probably get her in there till 3:34. It just depends. So nap time is my time to get the things that I need done that I can't do with them, like messing with me or whatever it may be. So I am preparing to grade some assignments. So first update, I told you guys in the October Faith Reset video that I had a lot of changes. My schedule is completely different. I used to work night shift. Y'all know I was struggling with that for a long time and was praying endlessly on God, please get me out of night shift. I cannot do it anymore. I just was not doing well mentally, emotionally. Like, it just wasn't for me. I didn't really feel, I don't know if I just felt like it was time to go on to something different as far as the specialty I was in, but I just did not feel good going into work. Like, I never really wanted to go. It was always like, I don't get myself stressed out at work, but it was just stressful and annoying. Some of the things that I had to go through working there, and then working night shift with no really resources at night, like, it's kind of fend for yourself, and it just was too much, on top of me not getting enough sleep, not, being able to prioritize and do the things that I want to do outside of work, because working night shift was making me so exhausted that I'm so tired for everything else in my life. So was praying. I applied to a bunch of jobs before I even started, before I even came back from my maternity leave. So I came back from my maternity leave in February, and I was already applying because I already didn't want to go back. But I was like, you know what, God, if this is what you want for me, I will keep going. I will keep putting my best foot forward. I will try to stay positive. I know that you have a plan somehow, because I was getting denial after denial, and I'm like, I'm qualified for these jobs. I was trying to go into different specialties outside of the hospital, and I didn't get any of those because they wanted you to have experience in that specialty for at least 1 year, and I didn't. So I paused. Then I resumed maybe a couple months later after I went back to work, because it was just like, I'm exhausted, I'm tired. Now I have 2 kids, what am I supposed to do? So I pushed and pushed and pushed. I really started applying again, I think like April, May, maybe, I don't know, around there, April, May, June. And then I was the same thing. I got called on some interviews and then a whole bunch of other denials. So I'm like, okay, I'm just getting rejected time and time again. And it was just kind of like taking a hit on me, because I'm like, what is wrong with me? Like, I have ample experience. So I'm just not understanding why things aren't working out in a way. But I'm like, okay, God, I trust you. You just want me to stay put. I kept hearing like sermons and messages about like, stewarding where God had placed you. And I was talking about that a lot on my channel. So like, I was talking about it, but I just wasn't really telling you guys what was going on, because I never am one to share things that aren't finished yet. Like, I'm not going to preemptively be like, oh, I applied for this job, I'm very excited. Like, no, I tell things like when it's done and finished, signed, sealed, and delivered. Like, I don't bring things up beforehand. So I was just very defeated. I even was talking to my therapist and I like broke down, like sobbing tears, because I was just like, I am so tired of being tired. Every single day it was just like, I'm tired. I don't have the energy to do things. I don't have the energy to really be consistent and show up on YouTube like I want to be pouring into this ministry that God planted in my heart and I know that he called me to do. I haven't had time to do any of it because I was just so tired. I was just barely just trying to make it through the day and then be a mom and be present for my children, because I'd come home and be asleep and then maybe I get a few hours and then I just be like brain fog and just feel nasty, and it just was taking a toll on me. So after all those rejections, I was like, you know what? And I broke down to my therapist. I'm like, I'm done applying places. Like, I'm just taking that as God does not want me to move right now. I just need to wait a little bit longer. And then talked to my husband and I'm like, listen, nothing is working out right now, but I'm telling you, by November, I cannot do this anymore. So I gave myself like a deadline, like, I will quit my job for my sanity, for my mental health, for my well-being, if I don't get something by November. So we talked about that. And then maybe like 2 weeks after that, and this is kind of around July, I want to say, something was just like, I just still was looking at jobs. I wasn't going to apply, but was still looking at jobs. A job came up that I was interested in that was literally the schedule that I needed. And I applied for it. And then I found another job that was part-time. It was like 48 hours, I believe, which is what I was working. And it was like a virtual nurse position. And I applied to that. I got called for an interview for the virtual nurse position. And the interview was the weirdest interview I've ever had. Like, I just didn't know. Like, I think it was just because you're a nurse, they already know that you could do what you could do. So it was just kind of like, oh, let's show you around. Let's show you how the process works. Introduce you to people. So I kind of didn't know how to feel about it. Like, some people were like, oh, that's probably like a shoo-in. You got it, whatever. And then on the other side, it's just like, I don't know. Like, I just don't know how to feel. So I didn't hear back from that job until like 2.5 weeks later. And it was just we went with someone else kind of email. But I was kind of like annoyed because I had sent an email, like a follow-up email. I always send up emails after interviews if I have like, time, usually. 99% I'm sending an email after the interview thanking the person for meeting with me and all that. And I did that and they never responded. So I was like, okay, that's kind of like, okay. I just kind of took that too. Also like, okay, I'm probably not going to be getting this because they're not even emailing me back. But anyway, put that aside. That Monday, Wednesday, Friday job I applied to, and the recruiter had called me and was like, I see that you applied for this job. I don't know if it was before or after. I think after that interview that I didn't get the virtual nurse job. Then I got an email, a random Tuesday email from a job that I applied to years ago while I was still in school, because I got my master's in nursing for leadership with an education concentration to be a nurse educator of some sort. And I had applied to like skills lab teacher. I had applied to clinical instructor. And random email, Tuesday afternoon, I get an email asking if I was interested in being a clinical instructor for the fall semester. And I literally was just like, God, what? Like, the most I'm like, and I know it's not random, it's not coincidence, like, this is God's work and doing only, because this is what I went to school for. This is what I want to do. And I called back, I said, yes, you can call me, we can talk about it, I'm very interested, yada yada yada. And I ended up getting an interview set up for that, went through the interview, got the job. Right after the interview, she let me know all the stuff when I was going to start and everything like that. So I started that job at the end of August. And then I think a couple days later, this is when I get the call from the recruiter about the Monday, Wednesday, Friday job. And she's like, hey, we filled this job, but I was looking through your resume and we have another opening on this other unit that I think you might be interested in, and I know that you would be a good fit, and they're also hiring part-time. So I'm looking at the job description and I'm like, you know what, this actually does sound great. But my thing was, I can only work certain days. Like, I really only wanted to work Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So I was like, I could only do Monday and Wednesday. And that would just have to be something that, you know, I put out there. And if you can work with it, you can work with it. If not, then I'm just going to trust God that something else will open up down the line. I ended up getting an interview for that, going in for the interview, letting them know, like, this is what I can do, this is what I can't do, the reasons why. I had already locked in this clinical instructor position, so I was like, I cannot work Fridays, and I was only looking for 2 days a week. And they had said in the interview, like, they would try to work with me. They can't 100% guarantee, but they would really try to work with me and do this schedule that I needed. But the interview went very, very well. I loved the management. I loved the unit. It just seemed like it would be a great transition for me. That all went through. That was a Friday I had that interview. Monday morning I got a call and it was like, you got an offer for this job. They want you on this unit. And I was just like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I just didn't know what to do because I'm like, they said they wanted to offer me it, but they said they cannot 100% guarantee the schedule. And that kind of put me down like on a spiral because I'm like, listen, I have been sitting here and I need what I need. And I know that God says, ask and it will be given unto you. Make what you need known. And that is what I went in with so much confidence. Like, you know what, if you can't do this, so be it. Like, it's not going to be the end of the world for me, but this is what I need for my work-life balance and so that I can do the things that I need to do. So I struggled and I was like, listen, I can make a decision on Friday. I just need some time to think about it, talk to my husband, so forth and so on. So the whole week went by. I'm like, I am stressed. I am like, I don't know what to do. I'll start to get indecisive and just start to spiral because I think it kind of was like, all right, now if I take this job, like everything is changing. You're not going to be in your comfort zone anymore. You're going to have to learn new things. You're going to have to be in a whole new environment with new people and get to know them. And although you are struggling where you are, it's comfortable. And that is what I was touching on a lot on my channel is you don't want to stay in that comfort. If we're going to become the woman that God created us to be, you're going to have to step out. You're going to have to change your environment. You're going to have to change your perspective, your mindset, and all that plays a role together. So by the end of the week, just to like wrap this story up, I realized that I was being fearful and hesitant because I was scared of the change and what it may bring. I was scared of what if I don't like where I am now and then I want to go back to where I was, but I know I don't want to go back to where I was, so then what, do I just not have a job? Like this, it was just nerve-wracking. And that is kind of the whole thing of stepping out on faith. You have to trust that God is leading you in the right direction and he's not going to fail you. He's not going to put you in positions where you will fail or things will go wrong. You have to just let go and trust and fully surrender. And that's what I did. And I realized that the enemy was trying to plant a lot of confusion and turmoil and just have me stressed and indecisive when it was like, no, you literally have been praying to get out of this job. You literally have been praying to get out of night shift. You have been praying for this kind of schedule. So I'm like, the pros really outweighed the cons. The what ifs of what if I don't like it or what if it doesn't work out was so much smaller compared to the pros and the positives about it. And that's what the enemy wants us to focus on. All the things that could go wrong, all the things that could happen, the what ifs, all these things, when we just need to focus on, but these are the good things. What if it does work out? What if it is the best decision you ever made? Like, you know what I mean? You have to flip that mindset because he just tries to get you stuck in those cycles of thinking that things aren't going to work out and things aren't going to be good. He uses fear as his tactic to keep you from going to the places where he knows God is trying to take you. So that basically, after talking to my husband, all that, it lit a fire underneath me when I knew that this was nothing but the devil trying to get into my head. And I called and I accepted the position, and I've been in that position now for, I think, a little bit over 3 weeks, I want to say. Maybe a month now, I think. I'm not sure. But almost a month, I want to say. And it has been the best decision that I've made. I am so happy with my decision. I love the unit that I work on. I love the environment. I love the management. It is everything that I was praying for. and they have been working with my schedule, and they know that it's like very important. And if things come up, yes, I'm going to be flexible, because it's a big ask to have these set schedules, especially in the nursing field. So I'm very grateful, and I'm grateful to God, because I know this is all his work. I spent months, like this year has been rough for me with balancing and just trying to like just come back to myself and what it is that I want to do and the things that I want to do in my life. And God has just literally orchestrated everything so perfect in his timing, because when everything happened, it happened quickly, and I was like, oh, we're doing this. We're starting 2 new jobs. We're not on night shift anymore. Like, everything just happened all at once. So that is just my little spiel of trust God even when you don't know. He is working behind the scenes, and this job that I'm in, both of them, well, I applied to the one, but that was 2 years ago, but it's like it came up at the right time, and I was consistent in my prayer, I was consistent in my ask, and I was remaining positive, and I was still saying, God, you're good. Even though I'm struggling right now, you're still good. I know that you're up to something. I know that you're working, even though it feels to me like it's a silent season, or things aren't happening as quickly as I would like them to be happening. It's all for a reason, and it's just so nice to like see that now. So I started both those jobs, and I have been a lot happier. I've been a lot clearer mentally. And now I'm here to show up for you guys, because I done prayed. I was struggling. And now I feel like I have that energy and time to do the things that I need to do. So I am now sitting here about to grade these last assignments. So I had a clinical group, my first set of students, for 6 weeks, and that 6 weeks ended last week. So I'm just grading their assignments now. And then I'm going to be sending out an announcement to my next group, because I will be meeting them on Friday for a little like skills lab, and then we'll start our clinical the following week, and then we'll have 5 weeks together at the clinical site. So I'm gonna grade, and then I will tune back in a little bit later.
I wonder how it felt to cross the Red Sea after Israel was set free. Oh, what a crazy sight to see. It might have sounded like impossibility, but the supernatural ability has been made available for you and me. For the Son, Spirit, be the Trinity. I got a lot of angels all in my vicinity. Just like Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, put their trust in Jehovah and never let go. Got the 4th man in the fire saying hello. Yeah, Jesus in the fire saying hello. 24 elders, they'll be casting crowns. At the mention of their name, every knee shall bow. If God is for me, who can stop me now? It's like ABC, yeah. Simple as 1, 2, 3. Hey, it's like ABC, yeah. Simple as 1, 2, 3. Your love don't divide.
Your love don't divide, no. Every day multiply. It got me on a high, no. Addition, no minus. Your love don't divide, no. Every day multiply. It got me on a high, no. Addition, no minus.
Okay, y'all. Oh my goodness. So much for that. But I got things that I needed to get done. So it's 3:30. Okay. Let me check on these children. I literally spent that whole time grading. So I graded both assignments that needed to be done. I just have one more assignment that needs to be done that I will do later, because it's not that much. But I do need to go on here and figure out what she was talking about as far as putting in their final grades. I don't know if that was an email or an announcement. So let me check my email. It's so different using like being faculty and grading, because I've only used Canvas obviously as a student, and even my master's using it as a student. So it's interesting to see how it works from like the faculty perspective.
But I love, this is like up my alley, y'all. I love teaching. I love grading. I literally love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Cam is still up. Okay. And Kennedy sleeps. So I will wake them up at 4 o'clock. I'm going to try to grade this last stuff, and then I can be done with that. And then I will grade the last stuff, and then I will get into You Are Called. But I want to do some learning with Cam, so I'll probably do that. Some coloring and stuff. I've just been watching YouTube while grading. I did DoorDash some Popeyes because I just felt like I wanted a chicken sandwich, and it was so worth it. But I need to stop DoorDashing. And then I'm reading Joshua, so I don't know if I'm going to read that tonight. I think I actually might hold off and just do, I will try to read because I know I can read while I have them. But I think I'm going to do my Bible study tonight with Joshua. I am going to try to do Joshua 4, 5, and 6. And then maybe I'll do 7, 8 tomorrow. Okay, yeah. Because today's the 8th and there's 31 days in October. So I have like 23. So that's perfect. Okay. I'm on schedule. If I do at least 3 chapters a day, or 2 to 3 chapters a day, I will be good. So I will put this in, and I'll probably do this tonight. And then I also need to read The Lies Women Believe. I need to read chapter 3. So that's something also, like my reading and stuff, I can do with the girls because they do let me read, especially when they're like playing and stuff. So I can read that, and then I'll be able to do, even if I do that, I don't want to do it tomorrow. I mean, I could do it tomorrow. I did that last time, the day of. Then it's like fresh. I'll have to see how long it is because I only have to read 1 chapter. And then go on from there. I'm trying to read some books on my Kindle that I need to finish, but I haven't gotten a chance to really do that. But I will tune back in when I'm doing something new.
So stuck in my own way, so I'ma enjoy this moment. It's the day that the Lord has made. Nothing to say like the top down. Oh, let's put some more away, live right now. So let's not waste another day. Come to find out to see them. Oh, let's take a ride through the same like the top down. Yeah, almost lost my mind a couple times. Got so hot I thought I wanna die. Blood dripping from my arm, just wanna feel inside. Too afraid to open up, so I'd rather hide. Man, I'm just so grateful that I made it this far. Almost thought I had to call my mama in a cop car. Betty's everything for me and everything I need. I would be nothing if you didn't give me no reason to be. Cause I'm riding through the city. Let's put some more away, and I ain't worried about it. So let's not waste another day. Come too far.
Guys, it is actually good afternoon. It's the next day. So I did not continue to record yesterday because I wasn't really doing anything. I finished grading and then I started reading, but I finished grading 2 of the assignments and I just finished the last one and submitted their final grades and sent them like an announcement of a reminder of just like some things that are coming up for them. That was all I did. So I'm done with my first group of nursing students for clinical. I sent out an announcement for my second group, which I'll be meeting tomorrow. And last night, my brother and sister-in-law and the kids came over because my brother was helping Jared try to find that little nasty little snake, little garden snake that was in our garage gym. And they were not able to find it. So I don't really want to go out there, especially not by myself. Like, I probably will if he goes out there with me, but I'm not going out there by myself. But it's 12:30. They stayed for a little while, and we were just chatting and talking. All my siblings have kids and like significant others, so it's like it's hard to see each other sometimes as much. We probably would love to see each other a lot more, and we just kind of have to do better, but trying to get everybody's schedules together is kind of hard. But anytime we're all together or some of us are together, we just be chatting it up and talking. So they were here for a little bit, and then they left, and it was late, and Jared and I started continuing Love is Blind, and the season is wild. I'm not sure that I don't know. I think I will watch next season that comes out because it's supposed to be Philadelphia, and I would like to see, like, is there going to be people that, like, I know or I know of on the show? That's going to be wild if so, but I just look at Love is Blind, like, from a psychology standpoint, because, y'all, therapy is needed. It's needed, and it's good, and it's helpful, and I think that people on these shows need to be in therapy first before trying to find the love of their life, because you need to work out all the stuff that's going on with you. You need to work out your insecurities. You need to, all that stuff, your childhood traumas. Like, once you get to a point where you have worked through all that and are confident and love yourself and are okay, you know, with where you are in your single season and stuff, then you'll be ready and prepared to do life with someone else, because then that's just a whole nother step of getting to know each other, growing. You literally have to adjust and change a lot of, like, your mindset when you get married, because it's a team thing. Everything is together now, and you can't be selfish and just be doing the things that you were doing before. And if you do, it's not going to work out well. Like, you have to be considerate of the other person, and also considerate that, you know, they have things that they've gone through in their lives that affect them, that you'll need to help them with. You'll need to be there for them throughout. So it's just like, seeing these people on the show is like, you're not ready for marriage. Like, you might want it, you might be, you know, at the age where you think that you should be settling down and getting married, but, like, take the time to work on yourself. And that's just, like, my advice for anyone who is in their single season right now, because I was young when I met my husband, so I don't know what it's like to be out here in this dating world, but I do know the importance of, you know, coming into your own and figuring out who you are, your purpose, and being confident in who you are, and not necessarily being dependent on you'll be happy with someone else, or you're putting all your happiness in the hands of someone else. Like, you make me so happy, or I can't live without you. Like, no, you have to shift. And from a Christian standpoint, you should be focusing on your relationship with God and letting him show you who you are and discover the things that, you know, you may not know about yourself. And that's all about in the journey of becoming who you are. So just my little spiel. So this is how, like, I know some people are like, oh, how can you watch that? Or like some of the reality shows and stuff that I used to watch. A lot of the stuff I cannot watch anymore. Like, I'll be totally honest with you. I cannot. I used to watch it, and now, like, where I am just in life, I cannot sit and watch certain things, because it's just like, one, why am I watching this? It's not edifying. It does not do anything positive for me. It's not godly. Like, it's just, some things I just can't even sit and waste time watching. But some shows I don't feel that, you know, conviction or anything on. I like watching Love is Blind because it is a cool experiment. But every year that goes on, I feel like the show is just getting worse and worse. Like, I'm not sure where they're finding these people. Like, I don't know why we can't find, I don't know. Like, it's just interesting. Because it's not like the people are super duper young and wild and stuff. But the shows, like I told you guys, I'm not watching, like, Love Island and all that anymore. I just can't do that anymore.
It literally was just too much that last season for me. Like, I just feel like all the shows used to be good and they weren't as, sexual or just, I don't know, just out there. And now it's just like, what are we doing? What are we making this for TV for? Like, it's honestly insane. And it's a distraction. And that's the main part of why I don't really watch TV that much. And people think I'm crazy. Or like people I talk to, friends and family, will be like, have you seen this? Have you seen? And I'm like, no, I be reading my books. I be reading my Bible. I be doing stuff like trying to work on my ministry, trying to, grow and learn about myself and just live life. Be present and live life. So the enemy uses distraction. I've talked about that. And I think that TV is a big part of that. It is 12:41. I have to leave to go get Cam by 1:30. So we have about 30 minutes that I'm going to dedicate to this. I showed you guys this. This is what I'm doing for my the women's small group at church. We're reading The Lies Women Believe and the Truth That Sets Them Free. And then I have the study guide here. I need to read chapter 3. So I was going to do this last night, but I just wanted to spend time with my husband. Uh-oh. It's kind of long. Oh no, I shouldn't have waited. Oh my goodness. I shouldn't have waited. It's 26 pages. Oh my Lord. Alright. Well, I'm going to get to reading this. I just want to read this to you because I like the way that it reads, like how it gives you Eve's point of view. So I thought this was cool when I first read the book. So I'm just going to read this excerpt and then I'm going to go about my business and try to get through it. But chapter 3, it says, "These past few weeks have been the hardest of my life. I really wish there was someone I could talk to. Adam and I haven't exactly been on the best of terms since we had to move. I don't know if he'll ever trust me again. In a way, I can't blame him. I've really wrecked his life. I feel so stupid. Adam just doesn't understand the effect that creature had on me. He was so irresistible. I felt like I couldn't help myself. I keep reliving that moment when I first looked down and realized I was naked. Then I glanced over at Adam and realized he was thinking the same thing. For the first time since we met, I couldn't look him in the eyes. We had never before felt awkward around each other. Now we feel that way a lot of the time. Even though God gave us real clothes to replace those useless fig leaves, I still feel so exposed. Not just on the outside, but even more on the inside. I never used to think about how I looked to Adam. I always knew that he loved me and thought I was the most beautiful thing God had ever made. Now I find myself wondering if he really loves me and finds me attractive. Does he wish God hadn't given me to him?" Like, this is all the stuff that the enemy does. Like, we weren't supposed to have to struggle and deal with these kind of things. You don't really, that knowledge that opened up a can of just all the things we struggle with. And this book really just makes Eve so relatable. We talked about last week, the week before, how we as women would always be like, Eve, how could you? What, like, we make her the bad guy. But we do the things that she did all the time. We have done what she has done before. So it's just like this book puts it into perspective that, like, we are not that far off from Eve. What she did, we fall into as well. It's just different. Okay, so I've been reading just a few pages, and I just wanted to share this because this goes right along with what we're talking about for this month with our series, or with our chosen series. So we're talking about becoming the woman that God created us to be. And we talked about the becoming, and now we're stepping into believing that we are chosen. And this book is talking about all the lies women believe. There may be some lies, which I touched on briefly, that you may believe. There may be some doubts. There may be something that is stopping you from moving forward or feeling confident or stepping into what God has called you to. It points out in this chapter in 1 Peter 2 verse 4 that Jesus was rejected by men. It said
Jesus' sense of worth was determined not by what others thought of him, good or bad, but by the truth as expressed by his heavenly Father. He was rejected by men, but in the sight of God, chosen and precious. Jesus was rejected by men, those he had created for himself, those he loved, and for whom he laid his life down for. But that's not what determined his value. He was chosen by God. This is what made him precious. This is what determined his worth. And it said, when God sent his only son Jesus to the earth to bear your sin and mine on the cross, he put a price tag on us. He declared the value of our souls to be greater than the value of the whole world. The question is, whose opinion are we going to accept? Believing a lie will put us in prison. Believing the truth will set us free. This month, we want to be set free. And I know that the study guide is probably going to go in depth on like lies that you believe. I'm already kind of thinking of things for myself on things that I've heard other people say, things that, you know, you want to think about things people have said to you that you can't forget. Think even from your childhood, like way back. Anything that may have hurt you or made you withdraw, isolate, think down on yourself, have a negative self-image, or, you know, how you think about yourself. You want to think about all those things. What are things that I believe about myself? And then that's why you need to get into the Word and see what God says about you. Start believing that. Start repeating that every day if you have to. Put sticky notes around on your mirrors every morning when you're getting ready for your day, and you speak truth over you until you start to believe that. Because God's word and his truth is the only thing that we should be going off of when it comes to our worth and who we are and who we're meant to be. The devil uses other people, and he wants us to believe these lies. He wants us to be trapped. He wants us to be trapped. He wants us to be in prison, as it says. He wants to box us in. He doesn't want us to get out there and do what it is that God called us to do. He doesn't want us to get out there and reach those that God wants us to reach. He doesn't want us to even be confident in who we are to show up so that others can see God through us. So others can see Christ through us. He doesn't want us to do that. He doesn't want us to pick ourselves up when things happen and keep pushing and persevere and persist with purpose. He doesn't want to see that, because if we go out there and do that, there are people watching. There are people who are seeing how you handle situations. There are people listening to your testimony. There are people waiting for you because you were chosen. And this is only like 3 pages, y'all. 3 pages, and this is so on point on what we are going to be working through this month. So I just wanted to share that. This chapter is all about the lies women believe about themselves. So this is a very personal chapter. The second chapter, I believe, was lies we believe about God. Now we're learning about lies we believe about ourselves and why. And I just can't wait to get into the rest of this. And I know this conversation tonight is going to be powerful. So I just want to thank you guys for watching this video. I will definitely do some kind of video after maybe what we talk about tonight. Like, I'll do another vlog for next week or so, and I'll touch base on how tonight goes. Maybe I'll vlog. I don't know. I won't vlog there because I'm trying to pour into myself and be in community, but maybe afterwards, or I can just share my notes with you guys in the next vlog. But that's all that I have for this video. I hope that you took away something. I had a lot of little mini talks and many little segments of encouragement, and I just hope that they reach someone out there who may have needed to hear it. Like I said, pick up these books. They're so good. But I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
It's the day that the Lord has made.